Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. What's happening?
Everything is happening. Everything is everything.
Okay.
It's Friday night, and everything is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Speaking of everything is everything, you know, I heard that my man's back out there, Michael Basin.
Yeah,
He's
he
somewhere
is.
out there still.
He's back on the radio land.
Really? Yeah,
Okay, go ahead, Michael. Well, shout out to Michael Basin. Doing his thing, talking about relationships.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh, you back on that kick again? You back on that kick.
That kick.
I guess he got rid of Save the World. Let's Save the World kick. So you're on relationships. And saving relationships. I think so. Okay. I don't know.
Him and Steve Harvey, they're the experts.
All right. I'm not mad at him. Ain't mad at him. What you do?
Uncertified.
Stay out of mine.
Unsolidified. Unqualified, but the experts nonetheless.
Somebody listening to mine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, let's get into the rundown. Okay. What you got for us tonight, Ketel? Y'all ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Got my seatbelt on. Go for it. Okay, hold on now. Hot topics. Unfortunately, I have to say the Trump name. Trump sanctions North Korea. Hurricane leaves Puerto Rico without power. Fewer pregnancies and more fetal deaths in Flint, Michigan. Our hit it and quit it headlines. Chick-fil-A opens its largest location. College president insults and hosts black students. The South Carolina fifth grader asked to explain the KKK. Tom Price says private jet needed to reach real Americans. Oklahoma cops fatally shoots a deaf man. And we're going to talk about Yappy Hour. Okay, Papa. What's poppin' with Poppa DD, Oprah, and Karen Hunter? Okay, we'll find out the correlation of that. Our weird news, we're going to lighten it up. Police seek mad pooper, woman jogger. Man steals green chili burger, and owner taken for a ride. I'm just saying with Redwine, don't slant the narrative. Living for the city with Poppa DD, Africans at African American Museum. My Hollywood wrap-up, I'm going to talk about the movie Jumanji. DMX is in the news. The Terminator franchise. Exorcist and America's Got Talent. Our cocktail of the week is the Inside Job. Our Kiss It list and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because that's what we're doing. And we'll be right back with the Hot Topics. This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306.
Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also at apajamaparty.com too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing the airtime. As usual.
I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again. What time? Oh, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right, okay. Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do the math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender.
Is that it?
Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe? Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh, it's okay.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Okay.
All right. Our first story tonight we're going to talk about is Trump turns to sanctions as far as his own his diplomacy on North Korea after threatening his destruction. What they're saying basically in the title is the fact that Trump came out first of all saying that if North Korea does anything, we'll destroy them. Well, he is a very inexperienced man because you can't destroy anybody because you never know who's got pillow talk going on. You never know what North Korea has going on with China or what have you. You know what I mean? As the saying goes, there's no amongst thieves. How's it go? There's no loyalty amongst thieves, exactly. So you never know what's going on. So anyway, Trump announced an expansion of sanctions on North Korea, which increases the current sanctions Thursday, and praised China for taking action to limit financial transactions with the isolated communist nation. Now, you don't know what China's doing. You know what I mean? You're hoping that what China says pans out, but Trump, you do not know what China's doing. Okay, China's butt naked, Koreans butt naked, and who knows what they're doing? They're both butt naked. You don't know what they're doing. Okay, the effort to project formal monumental bids of isolating different situations with Trump. He issued a 4-day consistent sanction with different finances and economy moves of things that America just does for North Carolina. I keep saying Carolina. Where's that coming from? For North Korea on a normal base. And Kim Jong-un, in his response, is saying that he's going to get the name. He gave him these different names. He's calling Trump, and they're just kind of battling with each other, like two people about to go into a prize fight, like Ali Frazier kind of thing. But the new set of U.S. sanctions on financial institutes that do business with North Carolina. What is it? I need to, I tell you.
You need to put that glass down.
You know what?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in the whole thing in a nutshell is the fact that Trump has softened his stance and decided to go diplomatically against Kim Jong-un as opposed to talking this destruction thing, because destruction brings on death and destruction, and war is not good for anybody. And you cannot think that you're going to bomb North Korea without them bombing Guam, South Korea, China, whatever's around. I mean, it's almost like cornering a rat, Mm-hmm. So Trump has taken the notion with his advisors. I don't know who's advising him now because all of them are gone.
Right.
Mamucci is gone and everybody's gone. But his advisors saying, like, let's be a little more diplomatic. Let's do some sanctions against them and get China to go against them and trying to squeeze them a little bit. But Kim Jong-un is just protecting his interests, and he has a little country, and he's trying to protect it. He's trying to keep everybody in a communist mode, and he's just doing what he has to do, I guess, to maintain his small little empire. So stay tuned for that situation. It's going to be really deep. So we'll see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm. It should be interesting.
Yeah.
But didn't he have some countries join in with him on that?
To America
on the sanctions and stuff.
Yeah, well, so they say, but we never know. See, being the fact that you have not had controversy with people in a long time, you never know who's been sleeping together.
That's true.
Such is life. You never know who's zooming who. And you go to say, well, all right, let's all get together and bomb North. Well, I can't bomb North Korea because I'm over here sucking their titty or whatever, Mm-hmm. And you never know who's messing with who. Yeah. And that's I'm making jokes out of it, but it's very real. You don't know what China got going on with North Korea because they all got them slanted eyes,
Mm-hmm.
And they speaking with a fourth tongue that we're not speaking,
Mm-hmm.
You never know who's holding down what, who's giving. Because North Korea could be giving something to China could be giving something to North Korea that we can never give them.
Right.
So they're probably, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's sustaining everybody for their own interests.
That's true.
And it's interesting, So Trump's got to stop thinking that you're not the only show in town. You know what I mean? And everybody's, it's almost like, what do you wash your clothes with? Tide, All, Purex. What do you use? What do you wash your dishes with? Dove, Dawn. It all works. It all depends on what you want to buy, what you want to invest in. And this is how the world is all the way around. Everybody's not swinging from the same tree.
So they started out with some kind of economic sanctions directly against North Korea. And then now this extends to saying people who do business with North Korea, we're going to put sanctions against them. And because what they're trying to do is cut off the money supply. They're trying to choke them out financially.
Right.
Yeah, but you never know where North Korea's getting their money.
No, but they're going after the ones that they do know of. People who have continued no matter what.
They probably got
business with
them.
them.
Well, North Korea could be selling something in America that's selling like hotcakes.
Oh, sure.
And you never know. You never know. I mean, it's just we are a country of privilege and just whatever. And while you're enjoying privileges, you go lacking on what's real. You know what I mean? You don't realize what's happening because you're so busy basking in the sunshine. When somebody like Oprah being a billionaire, I'm sure maybe $500,000 to $600,000 of her money falls through the cracks every year, where she don't know where it went, what happened to it. Not that she even care, because it's just slush money and it just falls through the cracks. That's something she has to understand, accept, and get used to. It's just the way it is. But anyway, that's
it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with these sanctions.
Yeah.
If it makes a difference or not.
That's true.
He's still talking about dropping bombs in the desert and the water.
First of all, he needs to stop saying this man's Rocket Man.
That was another thing, Rocket Man.
I'm like, come on, really?
That's an insult on my man Elton John's song,
Well, Kim Jong-un clapped back and said that Trump was a doggard. What do you call him? A doggard. Dogard?
What is it?
Dogard. So, of course, everybody was like, what is that? So you had to look it up, and it's some archaic
crazy
It
leader.
basically means somebody who's losing their mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slacking of intelligence and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're going at it.
He put the head on the nail for sure.
Dogard, that's what it was.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Dotard, I think that's what it was. I said, okay, sounds similar to being retard, but it's dotard, I believe.
All the comics and stuff, they're going to start, doing stuff on that, going back and forth. Rocket Man, Dogard. I mean, come on. Really?
It's crazy. All right, let's keep it moving. What's up next?
This hurricane, Hurricane Maria. It finally leaves Puerto Rico, facing months without power. It's crazy. Millions of people across Puerto Rico woke up on Thursday to a grim reality. Hurricane Maria, the most powerful storm to hit the U.S. Territories almost in a century. It demolished homes and knocking all electricity out. So they say it might take half a year to restore power to nearly 3.5 million people who live there. That's a lot of people.
Just to get the power back?
Yeah. To restore, I guess, power to 3.5 million.
Wow.
So everybody restored. It said the eye of the storm moved offshore overnight, and where many residential streets look like rushing rivers. So the storm has been blamed for about 18 deaths so far, including 2 in Puerto Rico. But many fear that the toll could climb, even higher, unfortunately. The storm, with its fierce winds and heavy rain, toppled trees, shattered windows, ripped off roofs and doors and homes. I know everybody has seen this on TV.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, we really, my heart goes out to them completely, and because it reminds you of Katrina, and I didn't mean to cut you off by no means. The mayor of Puerto Rico was saying the fact that he just needs help from people. Yeah. And, all this help came in Texas when Texas has straddled around a lot of places, and Puerto Rico is an island,
right?
And an island needs things to be delivered to the island itself, and we need to, and everybody has their concerns, but then you have Mexico, which is just like this is a bad time, you know.
They had that real bad earthquake.
I'm just like I said, I didn't mean to cut you off by no stretch of imagination, but I was. When I was in the military, I was stationed in an area called Roosevelt Roads. It's a military Navy base there called Roosevelt Roads, and I just feel for the whole. No, this is in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And Roosevelt Roads is a Navy base, and that's been demolished, and everything in Puerto Rico is just upside down.
It's just really gone. Everything.
Everything is gone.
So they said the cell phone communication completely down.
Yeah.
And like as far as the doctor, he was saying he was trying to get to a particular community. The highways and stuff is impassable. They can't get there.
Yeah, they're probably either all washed out or covered with trees.
And we have to think of our descendants here in America who have family and connections in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a big community.
Yeah,
you
know, 3.5 million people.
And you talk to people like what's her name, J-Lo, and people like that have these roots in Puerto Rico and things like that. We as African Americans don't really know the gist of what some of the Hispanic people are going through to have Puerto Rican roots.
Sure, because they still have families over there.
Yeah, haven't even talked to them.
Yeah.
And the what's her name, the Supreme Court Justice.
Oh yeah.
She hasn't spoken to her family at all.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. She's from the Azutu.
Oh man.
Don't start me to line though.
She's the only one in the Supreme Justice who's Spanish.
Okay.
Samuel, I can't pronounce her name.
Sotomayor.
Sotomayor. Exactly.
Yeah.
She's Puerto Rican. And she hasn't heard any of her family in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So it's going to show you as rich as she is and as connected as she is, she hasn't heard enough of her family. So and it reminds me so much of Katrina, where it's always the second-rate people or the poor people or the underprivileged or the people of color that get the less attention when it comes to situations, and so it saddens my heart.
We'll see what's going to happen.
Go ahead. I didn't mean. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, that was the end of the story. No, just our hearts and prayers go out to the people, that are here too. That haven't heard from their family.
Yeah.
They need some guidance and some prayer too.
Well, they were saying like they were trying to get people to evacuate. But my question is, when you're on an island, how do they handle evacuation?
Yeah.
Unless they're bringing in boats from all over the place.
Boats and
helicopters, I guess. But I'm just thinking, it's not like an evacuation where they say get in your car and go.
Right.
Because on an island, you can't drive off the island.
Right.
So it's like,
how do you get 3.5 million people off an island? Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do.
No.
And what's interesting also is that when it comes to the whole global warming aspect, which is the biggest fight and issue and discrepancies going on today, where people believe in it, some people don't. Trump administration doesn't believe in it. But you notice now that hurricanes that used to just be, terrorizing the seas and kicking up the waves are making direct hits on land, and it's vicious. And you kind of figure out what are you going to do with that? That's just unbelievable how. And the other town called what's it called, Dominica, the other little island up there, and also
the Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic is going through some stuff right now, and a lot of Americans just go up to the Dominican Republic just to hang out on vacation.
Yeah.
And they can hit you up. Now it's heading up toward Bermuda, and so it's just, it's very devastating.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I do hope that they get some assistance.
Yeah, they're hurting. Puerto Rico's really hurting.
I mean, they're going to have to practically, start over.
Right.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, and then you can't fix poles to bring electric back until you get the trees out of the poles. Sometimes it's the trees is what knocked over the power lines. So you got to get the trees and cut them big old oak trees out of the line. And, over there with all that sunshine, greenery is all over the place. So,
yeah.
So, God bless Puerto Rico, and hopefully they can get it together and get themselves back in some kind of perspective.
Well, I have one story that's a follow-up. Remember the whole Flint, Michigan situation with the lead in the water? Well, now there's been a study that's looking at the fact that there have been fewer pregnancies and a higher number of fetal deaths since the period of time where the women and the unborn children were exposed to these high levels of lead in the drinking water. Now, the fertility rates have now decreased by 12% among women in Flint, and the fetal death rate has increased by 58% since April of 2014. So the women are having less children and more babies are dying. And this is according to some research that was conducted by Kansas University and someone from West Virginia University. And they're saying that the post period of April 2014, since that time, is significant because that's when, in an effort to save money, the city of Flint switched their water supply by the city of Detroit by using the Flint River as a drinking source without adding the needed anti-corrosives to the water, and that's how the lead levels increased in the first place. So we all remember when we got the truth about Rick Snyder, the governor, that he had known about it for a while, but he didn't acknowledge it until late in 2015. Now, they knew about it since 2014, but it wasn't until late 2015 when the governor finally acknowledged it because of some research that someone did and brought it all to the forefront. Then they decided, okay, well, yeah, we do have a problem. You know, typical. And goes back to what we were just saying about Puerto Rico. When you're dealing with poor people or people of color or just anything in between, because all of those people in Flint are not black. You have a lot of poor people that are white, Hispanic, or maybe from other places. But the fact is, these are not the rich and powerful.
And the sense of urgency is not there.
Exactly.
And people just say, well, you know, it's always they'll get by kind of thing. I think when they talk about people that are less fortunate, everybody say, well, they'll get by. They'll be all right.
No, they won't get by. What they get is end up dying because lead, they already know that lead can damage a baby's nervous system, cause miscarriages and stillbirths, as well as causing infertility.
But how do you live with yourself knowing that you was the governor that made that decision?
I don't know how he lives with himself.
Well, I guess because they don't, you know, their conscience level.
He must not have one.
Well, your conscience level, you know, I think that in life, I always tell people, I think that life always begins with how you were raised. I think that your core values are instilled in you back as a
probably so.
As a 10, 12-year-old. And those things, as long as you maintain them and don't compromise them or don't let drugs or sedatives or anything alter them, you will maintain those particular goals.
Well, here's the thing that's even more messed up about this whole lead situation. This is irreversible. It's not like you can say, oh, we found lead, we're going to put you through some medical regimen and reverse the effects. There is no reversing effects.
Yeah, but this, like I said,
once you're jacked up with this lead in your system, you're jacked up.
But this was a decision made based on a governor. His name is
Rick Snyder.
Rick Snyder, and we're going to put him on the kiss list. So we're going to ream him. Yeah, we're going to ream his butt.
But we've gone through that same issue with the lead before. Remember lead paint? Was it back in the 70s?
Yeah.
When they discovered that lead paint, same thing. Yep. This will damage the nervous system of a child and cause other issues. And we knew that you can't, you got to keep it away from kids.
Right.
And they found out that kids in low-income areas, when the paint starts peeling and they find it on the floor, they're prone to pick it up and put it in their mouth.
You know, the sad part about it that really brings tears to your eyes is the complete reliance on it. When you are being subjected to brown water coming out of the spigot, and anybody of a middle-class nature that has a few dollars to play with or has movement and have lucrativeness to abide by that and get regular water and do things, but these poor people can't make no moves. They have no cars. They have no anything. They can't step up their game in order to do something different. They completely rely on the city, on the government, and when the very same people they're relying on does them in, then what do you do when the very same people you're relying on feed you a glass of poison, and all you can do is drink it because your resources are so limited from the beginning that you have no choice but to drink that water? And it's so sad that now the repercussions of that, like you said, Redwine, from the beginning, is lack of pregnancy, because pregnancy is something that...
Infant death?
Right, infant death, pregnancy rate, because everything, statistics is held and kept on everything and everybody. And as pregnancy stop and things get lower, people that are drinking this water are losing things. The men are losing their sperm count. The women are losing their ability to carry babies. The infants that are born are so messed up with different situations.
Yeah, some of them are stillborn. Some of them are dying after a while.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
And then this guy, what's his name again? Rick Snyder, who made the decision to change the water system. You're going to say, okay, let's feed Flint this water here through these pipes that we know that are corroded, that are rusty, that ain't been inspected, never, and all the crap that goes through these pipes going to go in people's houses. When you make that decision, then people say he needs to resign, or I'm keeping my job. Now you're worrying about a paycheck? Man, please. Your ass is so crazy, it's not even funny.
And like I said, the effects are irreversible.
Yeah.
So whether he quit or not, at that point, it really doesn't matter.
Well, you know,
because
God
it
don't like
change
ugly, so he'll get
what
his.
was done.
Karma's going to bite his ass like a Pac-Man going up all up in his rectum. So God bless you there. Well, you know, that was, I should have went for a... I should have went for a disclaimer. Can I get a disclaimer?
It's already done now. Yeah.
Give me a disclaimer.
That cat's already out the bag.
Can I get a
cat says meow.
Let me get a disclaimer.
That cat is out the bag and
we're on Blog Talk Radio. We're not, you know, one thing about Blog Talk or XMRed, this is paid for type media that you pay for. This is why Howard Stern went on this side, because sometimes you want to say something, but we can throw out a disclaimer, you know.
The following program contains coarse language and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's right. We're cursing and we're sitting here butt naked, all of us.
The clothes on, Papa. My goodness.
But anyway, like I said, when it comes to Mexico and Flint and Puerto Rico and Texas and Florida, God bless all of y'all, and I hope that everybody brings back their life to a sense of normalcy, because anybody who's living a life on a normal base right now and you can go and do things and everything is dry in your home, then you really don't understand what people are going through. So God bless every one of y'all, and I just give y'all best wishes in every aspect.
Okay. All right.
So
well, that's wrapping up our hot topics.
Yeah.
We're going to take a real quick break, and then we're coming back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines.
Okay.
So don't you move.
Hi, this is Poppa DD. If you haven't heard of Pajama Party, you're missing out. We got hot topics, hit and quit it headlines, what's poppin' with me, weird news, I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city again with me, the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel, the cocktail of the week, the world's famous kiss-it list, and of course the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at 914-803-4306, or listen at www.apajamaparty.com, and also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. We're going to get into Hit and Quit It headlines. Our phone number is 914-803-4306. You want to call and give a comment or give your condolences to Mexico or Texas or Puerto Rico or Flint or
any of the other islands,
Florida or anything. Yeah, any other island, the other island that got destroyed too.
Barbuda.
Dominica.
Yeah.
The hurricane just destroyed everybody, and and water is vicious anyway. You can have a shower overflow, a tub overflow, a toilet overflow. Let me tell you about water. Water will find its path, and it will kick you in the butt hiney.
Okay.
Amazing. Water is amazing. You let water get the best of you, and I tell you, water will take you out. It's an amazing thing.
Okay. Well,
anyway,
our first topic on the Hit It and Quit It headlines is Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about Chick-fil-A.
What's up with them?
Chick-fil-A is now planning to build their largest location in the world.
Really?
They said it's going to be laid out. The place has got 5 stories, skylights, and a rooftop terrace. And when it opens in the winter of 2018, it's going to be in New York City's financial district.
What?
And it's going to be the food chain's largest location ever.
Wow.
It's going to be in Manhattan, 144 Fulton Street.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they got the spot. 5 stories is what they're planning. 144 Fulton Street.
People go crazy.
It's going to offer an unimpeded view of One World Trade Center and plenty other unique designs and things for you to look at and check out. And they're talking each of the levels is going to have floor-to-ceiling windows and bright and airy sunshine exposure for all the diners. And when the weather's nice, you can go up on the rooftop and eat your Chick-fil-A. They are showing off.
Are they going to have anything, like, different on the menu? Did you mention anything like that?
I don't see anything about adding to the menu.
Did he get a liquor license?
I don't see anything about a liquor license.
That would be a smart move.
Yeah, it would be, but, you know, they're Chick-fil-A. You know how they are.
But check this out, they're not going to be open on Sunday.
No, see, that's why I said you can forget that liquor thing, because they close on Sunday to allow their employees to go to church if they choose to. So,
because they're Mormons or something?
I don't know what they are. Yeah, the owners, I don't know.
Do you know something?
I think that's where they're from. That's where they're from originally. And that's why they follow that tradition of being closed on Sunday. But that's an old school thing anyway. I think growing up, you know, our parents never let us do anything crazy on Sunday. Sunday was always a day of not riding your bike and not, you know, not
it's supposed to be a day of rest, a day of not acting a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait till Monday, right?
Yeah, wait till Monday to do all of that. So, but they said it's going to be half a mile from Ground Zero and the 911 Memorial. So that they said some of the design was made to respectfully pay homage to this location. And they said it's been extremely fulfilling to work on a project of this magnitude, and it'll be an honor to bring this restaurant to life.
In New York City.
New York, 144 Fulton.
Okay, well, we got to call it.
All right, let's bring this caller on board, see what you got to say. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to the Pajama Party Show.
Hello.
What's your comment?
Hey, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Okay, and Chick-fil-A, the owner, yes, they all.
You say yes, they are?
Yes, they are. The owner
what?
died last year. The person that owned the Chick-fil-A died last year. So now it's like the corporation got it. Okay.
Okay. But they're still holding on to those Mormon beliefs.
Speaking of all these new stores and locations, did you know that the Trader Joe is getting ready to come to D.C.?
Yeah, I think we did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's going to be at 8th and Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast.
Oh, okay.
By the Eastern Market.
Oh, yeah.
By the Eastern Market.
Yeah, Eastern Market. Yeah. I saw it today.
Very good.
All right. So the president or owner of Chick-fil-A, was he a Mormon, or you don't know what his religion was called? Oh, Mormon. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I wonder they gonna still keep those beliefs. I wonder they're gonna open on Sunday. I wonder.
No. Since when he died, it was locked in that they can't change it. They have to close on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay. I have a topic for y'all. What do y'all think about this?
Sure.
Jerry Lewis, right? What y'all think about what he done in his will?
What did he do? Tell us.
His first wife, he had 6 kids, right?
Wow.
He cut them out the will. Now the stepkids get the money.
Really?
Wow.
How many stepkids he had?
I think he had two or three stepkids, but he had 6 kids of his own by his first wife, and he cut them out his will. They get nothing.
What? You know they're going to go to court and sue.
All on the news. All on the news.
No, I missed that one.
Yep. I don't think that's fair. I mean, I think, me personally, the 6 are going to probably sue his estate because,
they are.
you know.
They're not going to take that land down.
He shouldn't have done that. He should have given, even if it was $1, $1,000 or something, he should have given them something. Then they wouldn't have went after his estate. Do you know what his estate is worth? They talk about that?
No, I can't remember. They said it. It was up in the millions. They said it, but the kids don't get nothing. I'm just shaking my head.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a mess.
What was up with their relationship?
I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, then.
All right. Thank you, caller, for the information. Plenty of information tonight.
Okay.
All
right. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're going to keep it moving to the next Get It and Quit It topic.
Have a good night. All right.
Yeah, that was all I had about Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be pretty nice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Who got the next one? College president insults?
Over here.
Okay. What you got over here, Pop?
I got a college president hosts a black student with cotton centerpiece, collard greens. What was that about?
Really?
That was crazy.
What's up with that?
A university president has apologized after hosting a dinner for an African American student that included cotton stalks as table centerpieces. Randy Lowry, who's the president of Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee, invited the students to his home for dinner on Thursday to discuss their experiences at the school. Now, what transpired will hopefully be a teachable moment for university leaders moving forward. Deion Sims, a student who attended the dinner at Lowry's home, was taken aback by an aspect of events that was considered tone deaf. I think the most offensive thing was a cotton centerpiece. He told local station WKRN TV. The menu also left a bad taste in students' mouth, as it seems to ponder to stereotypes of which are considered African American cuisine. At the dinner, we had heard previously from Latino students that they were served when they had different menus from different other students. They had other menus for Latin Americans, the fajitas, and then when he got there, it was collard greens, cornbread, and ribs as such. Sims said that he was the pre-med student. He didn't think Lowry was trying to offend students on purpose. I don't think Dr. Lowry was intentionally or maliciously in the cotton piece. He said, I think it points to a larger culture gap at this institution, and that points to some of the changes that need to be made.
Is he kidding?
That's pretty interesting. Okay.
This is a black student who said, I don't think, that he meant any harm. Really?
Right. Well, she also said that she attempted to explain to Lowry why the choices of table decor could be considered insensitive to people of color. He responded that he didn't know and thought it was flawless and it was apropos to the moment or what have you. But
I bet he did think
so. The student was saying it was okay?
One of the students said they didn't see a problem with it.
He probably enjoyed the food.
I don't know. But I just don't understand how Anyway, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Anyway, the students also claim that while the meeting was with the leaders, they wanted to learn about the experience of the black students to better help the success of the president and his wife. They didn't really steer the conversation in any direction. It had to do anything with the production of the students. The conversation was based on different situations about blacks and what they're going through and what have you. So most of the students felt very uncomfortable that evening. But I was trying to figure out what is the purpose of this whole particular thing. The thing that gets me is that a lot of these students are so young that they really can't even understand, like, what, the struggle is something that goes down, that went down a while ago. When I say a while ago, let's say 30 years ago, when things was at its height with the murder of Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy and things like that. But people that was born, we have to understand too with the times. This is 2017, okay? So when you talk about a millennium, let's just say someone was born in the year 2000. Well, here's a news flash. If you're born in the year 2000, you are 17 years old. So now we're talking about students here who are maybe in college that are 21, 22. Mm-hmm. They're fresh off the millennium. So what clue do they have of all this stuff that this doctor, who's obviously in his 50s or 60s.
Right. Who should obviously know better.
Right. You're bringing all this stuff to these kids that are in their 50s and 60s that don't have a clue. They don't even know what you're even talking about.
Well, maybe they felt comfortable.
But they don't know what to think. You know, they're
I'm
still
trying to understand how this pre-med. And maybe I'm reaching, but if you're pre-med, I would like to think you're relatively smart to be a pre-med student. You have to have some level of intelligence to comprehend medical terminologies, etc. How can you be so ignorant to think that, he probably didn't really mean any harm by having fresh cut cotton as centerpieces? Who does that? I mean, if you want centerpieces, you put flowers on the table. Who goes and gets cotton because you're entertaining black students? You're going to put fresh cut cotton in centerpieces? He had to go out of his way to get that, unless he owns a plantation.
But I'm looking at it as, it sounds like the teacher's trying to, one, maybe enlighten the students, and two, I guess he felt as if he was bringing them into the culture, so to speak, and that it was okay to do. But, I don't know. Like I said, how would that student take that? Because they don't know too much about history. If that was 50 years ago, Martin Luther King, got assassinated, unless they just know from their history books and the different things that they did as far as us picking cotton and us doing, blacks doing different things, they might not have a clue as far as the history.
But to Poppa DD's point, that president has a clue.
Right.
He knew what he was doing when he decided, we're entertaining the Latin American students, so let's get the fajitas and the burritos and all that stuff. Why are you going there? Do you think that all Hispanic people, that's all they eat?
Well, maybe he wanted to start a dialogue. I mean, you see, he's in the news. Maybe he wanted to start a dialogue.
I read that story earlier in the week. It said that the conversation that they ended up having that evening didn't even go in the direction of trying to get a better understanding of what's up with what they're trying to do or get to know them better.
Right. So
the conversation was all in a whole other direction.
Right.
It's like, you're going to break out the collard greens and what else was it, cornbread and all these. I mean, the only thing missing was the watermelon.
Stereotypes, yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think if we don't, as blacks, this is my opinion, if we don't bring it to the forefront,
I'm not saying we should be hypersensitive.
I would just I won't say ignore it, but at least let that person know, look, this ain't a good thing,
Exactly.
So,
which is how it ended up making the news, because some of the students put it out there and said, "Are you tripping?"
Right.
All I'm saying is, if he had the students from the White Student Council, what was going to be on the menu then? What did you put in the centerpieces then? When Biff, Buffy, and Jody came to dinner, what did you serve? Matzo balls? Now, did you just assume they're Jewish and you break out the matzo balls and all that stuff?
That's a good analogy. What if he did that with the white students, had all of that? I wonder how would they feel?
I would say then he's racially insensitive across the board.
Okay.
This only happens to the two groups of color.
That's not going to happen.
Right. All right.
Well, the one thing, let me just throw my 2 cents in here, if you don't mind. Let me just throw this in here.
Okay.
I just think that I think that people need to understand that the black nation is not an alien nation. We didn't land on a fucking spaceship, okay? We were brought over here against our will and built this country based on cheap labor, free labor as slaves and everything else. And now that situation has come to an end, everybody wants to just keep it going, where they think that the stigmas that have been levied against us is going to be carried on and on and on, because it's based on their own insecurities. They just want to keep blacks at a certain level so they can continue to do their little mischievous bullshit. But I'm going to tell you one thing that the white folks don't realize, that the difference between a middle-class white person and a rich white person is like fucking winter and summer. You have nothing in common with them. If you're a middle-class white person, you got more in common with black folks than you do with a rich white person. There's 5 shades of white out there, believe me. There's poor white trash in the fucking trailer parks. There's the other white people that are just mediocre. there's the conservative, there's the whatever. But on the whole nine, everybody's sitting back watching what the other one's doing, and they don't embarrass the other shade of white because of the same color. But deep down inside, a trailer park motherfucker ain't going to hang with a middle-class motherfucker because they see the indecency of that particular one. They're just like black folks. Black folks don't go to the hood rats if you're a middle-class black folk trying to make it, and whites are doing the same thing. So I'm trying to figure, why is everybody so trying to act like they're so different when we all doing the same shit at the end of the day when we come home from work? We all watching TV. As my mother always say, eat, sleep, and shit. We all eating, we all sleeping, we all shitting. We all doing the same thing. I don't give a damn if you got Verizon, Xfinity, DirecTV, whatever you got. One of these cable companies is butt fucking you up the ass. One of them, whether it be Verizon, Infinity, DirecTV, whatever. Somebody getting you. Electric, gas, water, mortgage, car note, whatever. We all paying the same thing. We're all doing the same thing. So why is it a color thing that's going to divide us? Once a doctor tell you got some cancer, or you got a liver issue, you got a kidney issue, that don't mean shit. You would take that $1 million you got in the bank to get rid of that fucking cancer, to get rid of that kidney disease, to get rid of that liver disease. Medical situations, let the IRS send you a fucking letter telling you your taxes are fucked up. Your color won't mean shit because IRS will be up your ass, white, black, or indifferent. And you'll be trying to give them payment plans and everything you can to keep them from freezing your bank account and everything else the IRS will do to your ass. So color don't mean shit. We're all doing the same shit. We're all going to live. We're all going to die. Life is short as hell. And you could get robbed, stabbed, killed by anybody. And the world, the way, I'm going to close it with this here. The way life is, as much as people do to you or do against you, when you get old and you look around and see who's pushing your wheelchair, you never know who's pushing your wheelchair. And you'll turn around and say, wow, I never knew a black motherfucker would be pushing me in my wheelchair. Wow, as racist as I was in my life. Imagine that. Imagine that. Anyway, let's go to break.
All right. You want to get in on the conversation? Give us a call at 914-803-4306 and press 1. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee!
I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorites was the, what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the Cocktail of the Week and sip along with us.
Are there instructions there too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass?
This is a boomerang.
Well, I got a Kinky Reed over here.
And I got the aviator.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week.
Cheers!
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right.
All right. This is a good segue into what Poppa DD, the last article we were talking about. Here we go again. South Carolina 5th graders are asked to explain KKK thinking. Come on, 5th grade. A 5th grade teacher, her name is Carrie Roberts. We're going to put her on the list. Carrie Roberts, Kerri Roberts.
Wait a minute, let's get her name right.
South Carolina.
Carrie Roberts?
Mm-hmm. Kerri Roberts, South Carolina. She has been suspended after the instructor asked students to imagine
What's
they
her
were
position?
members
She's just a
of the KKK.
Yeah.
She's a teacher, fifth grade teacher. So she assigned the students this question. You are a member of the KKK. Why do you think your treatment of African Americans is justified? I mean, who does that? I mean, what kind of mess is that? So the worksheet was given on Thursday as part of a lesson on the Reconstruction period. Caused an outcry after one student's uncle, Tremaine Cooper, he posted the photo on Facebook. So this is my little 10-year-old nephew's homework assignment today, he wrote. He's home crying right now. So the kid don't understand what's going on, but he sees the KKK, so I'm quite sure.
And the assignment was to explain why the KKK was justified and how they treated black people?
Why do you think, your treatment of African Americans is justified?
That is insane.
So they're saying you are a member of the KKK.
Oh, my God.
So pretend like you're a member. This 10-year-old kid is thinking that. I'm a member of the KKK.
That's a heavy question for a 10-year-old.
I mean, most adults would have a hard time trying to put themselves in that position, unless you believe in that ideology. That's crazy.
Which is all a taught theory.
True.
I mean, nowadays, the people, because, it's mostly the millennial crowd, I just think that town, Charlottesville, really told the story on where people stood, where that Klan situation was right now. They're drawing straws. They're not as strong as they think they are. They're just drawing straws.
Speaking of, I'm sorry, were you finished with that story?
No, I was going to say another question was asked also. You are a freedman. Are you satisfied with your new life? Why or why not?
So now you're a free black person, and are you satisfied with your life? Why or why not?
Seniors, fifth graders?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what plantation this teacher came off of.
What is the teacher's? What is her description? What is she? Black, white, or indifferent? What is her?
It doesn't say.
I don't know.
I knew there was.
It must be an alien that just brought out the
Carrie.
sky.
Come on now.
What's her name? Carrie?
Kerri. Yeah.
What's
Robert.
Don't even try it. I was just going to say that there was another story that came up this week about a teacher who got in trouble, and I'm not sure if this teacher was black or white, but the teacher gave the kids an assignment by taking some explicit rap lyrics and sent it home to them, wrote it out, and sent it home to them, and I guess the rap lyrics were considered negative in nature.
Right.
It had profanity and all kind of stuff in it, and they were supposed to take it and rewrite it and make it positive. Make it a positive message.
Okay.
So on the surface, that doesn't sound so bad.
Right.
But when the kids got home and they showed their parents the homework,
right,
and they're reading about the MF and this and that and these B's and yada yada, the parents were losing their mind.
Right.
They were like, what is this? Why would you send this stuff home with the kids?
Right.
Explicit rap lyrics, and they felt like you could have gotten gotten this lesson across in a whole different way.
I agree.
You didn't have to, for the kids who maybe were not familiar with some of the terminology and language that was used.
That's true.
Well, they are now.
Well, how old were the kids?
I don't recall. I want to say they were like middle school. No, maybe elementary age.
Yeah, elementary. That's kind of
maybe middle school. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just remember reading that article briefly, and I thought, what?
But still, I mean, it's kind of a similar situation what you're saying. In my son's school, what happened with him was they were reading some novel or something, and it was kind of explicit as far as them getting busy and this and that. I said, wait a minute. I went to the teacher. I was like, wait a minute, this is a bit too much.
Yeah, because that stuff is almost instructional.
Yeah.
You start reading and go, oh, that's how you do that.
Yeah, and the teachers are freaks.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Well, I think you're right. Some of these teachers are freaks.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the ones that actually touch the kids.
Right.
Some of them just got some freaky nature.
Right.
I remember one of my daughters had a dance teacher, and they had to, the teacher would do the choreography, and she was up there doing all of this excessive booty shaking stuff. And when she came home, and I said, so what was the routine? And she started showing me. I said, oh, wait, hold it. I said, who made this routine up? She said, that's what the teacher had us to do. I said, you all aren't going to perform this, are you?
Straight up.
She said, yeah, we have to do it for the something, class assembly something.
Oh, my
I said, oh, no, this is about to be a problem.
I remember you telling me about that. What was that stuff the teacher was saying?
It's something about, it's all part of an African expression.
But he kept saying a term or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, that term was crazy.
Free this and
like,
free
yeah,
that.
I'm all for expression, but you do not have to turn your back and basically what is now called twerk.
Right.
I don't need my daughter twerking for the entire school body.
Really,
that's just much.
That's a big
and they think that excites the audience in the middle of a play, and you look up and you say, wow, my teacher is actually turning out my daughter.
Exactly.
Everything I'm
in what
everything I'm trying to avoid on my child. My teacher done brought it out, and now I done lost control.
And the kids, the kids love the class.
Yeah.
Oh sure, they probably first in line.
There was a whole lot of pelvic thrusting and popping and booty and all of this. I was like, oh no.
That's probably his favorite class.
Well, anytime she said she was uncomfortable, then I knew something was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. I got one here's another one to put on the kiss it list. Tom Price, head of the Health and Human Services Department. He's been flying around on private jets, spending up taxpayer money.
Really?
Yep. So far, he's been documented as flying on private planes at least 24 times. And the Department of Health and Human Services defended it by saying, well, what Mr. Price is trying to do is get out and connect with ordinary Americans.
No.
And I'm thinking, if you want to meet ordinary Americans, why don't you fly on an ordinary plane? Because then you'll meet some ordinary Americans. You on a private jet, so you can go meet ordinary people.
Is this the guy that him and his wife went on the company?
No, that's another one.
That was the Treasury.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That was the Treasury Secretary.
Who was this guy?
This is Tom Price, the head of Health and Human Services.
Oh, okay.
The job that Carson should have. Ben Carson should have that job.
Yeah, really.
He should be helping you. He's the fucking brain surgeon. But anyway, they got him
in charge of housing.
He's in charge of housing. They got him down with the Negroes trying to figure who's going to live in what project.
And he don't know what the hell it is.
He don't care.
Well, a news outlet called Politico has reported that HHS paid $17,760 for a chartered flight for him to go from Washington to Nashville on June the 6th, when there were commercial flights that were available for a couple $100. But you needed a private plane.
Oh, they talked about everything.
$17,000 to take you to Nashville.
And he went from D.C. to Philadelphia.
It's insane.
He went to D.C. to Philadelphia for a little some type of symposium when he was talking about some things, and they were saying that he could have went on Amtrak for about $250 round trip.
And how was that? How much was that
Philadelphia
flight?
The flight all together, everything cost $25,000 for that trip.
For what he chartered.
For what he chartered.
So he chartered the plane,
when you
and
charter,
you gotta have.
See, when you charter something, right? Charter does not just mean the flight. Charter means everything involved: food, drinks, everything.
Staff,
people are moving. Staff. People are putting everything in there, from Budweiser to booze to brown liquor to
and it's like
sandwiches,
anything else. When you charter something, you're blocking it out. Like when you rent a limo, you got to block a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
So if they say the minimum you can get a plane for is 4 hours or 8 hours or whatever, then you're paying for all that, whether you use it or not. So anyway, I mean, it goes on to talk about a few other folks like Linda McMahon, who's the head of the Small Business Administration, and also Secretary Betsy DeVos from Education. They also traveled in private aircraft.
Isn't that his wife?
Betsy DeVos?
McMahon.
Oh, McMahon. I'm not sure who she's married to. She's the one that came from the wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah, that's his wife.
Yeah. McMahon?
Yeah.
He's one of the McMahons that was into the wrestling.
Yeah, he's the boss. He's the boss, McMahon,
Yeah, that's her.
The one with the old face and the big chest.
I guess. She's the head of the Small Business Administration.
Oh, wow.
And between her and Betsy DeVos, they were also cited as using private planes to go around.
Wow.
So the Inspector General is investigating and all this stuff, but they're trying to act like, oh, it was necessary. Yeah, to that I say bull crap. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
Y'all just didn't want to, and they said that this all came about for Tom Price because he had to go on some trip and the traffic was bad or the flight got delayed or something, and he didn't get someplace he was trying to go. So since that happened, he decided, well, then I need to fly in private planes so I don't have this issue anymore.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, dude, the rest of us deal with flights getting canceled and delayed and all of that. Get over it.
I can understand if the flight's delayed.
Well, I tell you, you know what? I tell you,
exactly.
I tell you, white privilege is alive and well. And but the things about it, like I spoke on before, privilege is not really necessary because the common sense and decent living of life is really what, as long as you're comfortable in the life you're living, is when you're happy. When you're reaching like that, if you're constantly reaching to feel like you're doing something special, what does it mean? So what, you went from the fourth floor of the parking lot to exit the parking lot instead of being on the ground floor in a handicap spot? So what? You still got out the parking lot and got to your concert or show, wherever you was going. But people think, they use the most minute things to show privilege when you can do something commonly and have the same results. I think privilege all depends on the results at the end of the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody else does something, go on a cruise and has the best cabin and whatever, but going on a cruise is all about having a good time. So if you left that boat having a good time, but another person had all these privileges, if you came out with a good head from drinking and a good stomach from eating and a good mindset from partying, then you achieve the same thing that somebody else thought they was actually getting over because they knew Tom Joyner on the cruise, and they were in Tom Joyner's cabin, and they sat back with Earth, Wind, and Fire and was doing their thing. But that doesn't mean anything. As long as you got in and got yours and got off, and, so... I don't know. Let me just shut up.
No, I know what you're saying. What you're saying is that people going through all these extra things to achieve the same thing.
The same.
It's a matter
thing.
of how you go there.
Exactly.
It goes back to being privileged. Like
exactly.
Yeah. We figure I can do it. I can justify it later. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because who I am.
Right.
Exactly.
Justify it later.
If all three of us are going to a conference, and you take a private helicopter, and you decide to drive, and I take a commercial flight, as long as we all get to the conference and speak or do whatever we were supposed to do, who cares how we got there?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you think the media is going to be there watching you to step out of your vehicle to take pictures and all of that.
Yeah.
But nobody cares.
Use the taxpayers' money?
Yeah, use the taxpayer money to pay for these private
planes. There was $25,000 he spent to go from Philadelphia to D.C. for a conference.
And these other trips added up to about $17,000.
They said he could have took Amtrak for $250.
And he could have been in a private car.
He could have drove for $94.
But he could have been in a private car.
They broke it down. They said $94. He could have went to Philadelphia for $94 driving in a limousine.
But my thing is, okay, you put it out there. What you gonna do? You gonna do anything about it?
The Office of Inspector General says, we're looking into the issue.
Yeah, sure you are.
That's all I got.
People underneath the rug.
We're going to look into the issue and investigate.
Yeah. While my wife goes bowling with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it moving.
Okay.
We got a couple of more. Oklahoma cop is fatally shot. He shot a deaf man as neighbors scream, he can't hear you. Police officers fatally shot McDiel Sanchez, 35, who is deaf, outside of his home in Oklahoma City. Here we go, Oklahoma City again.
Deaf man.
Yep. When authorities arrived at Sanchez's house investigating a hit and run, they found him on the porch carrying a metal walking stick. With little warning, and his neighbors looked on shouting that he couldn't hear them because he was deaf, one officer fired multiple shots at Sanchez. So the police officer, Sergeant Chris Barnes, and Lieutenant Matthew Lindsay arrived at Sanchez's house after a car was parked in the driveway matched the description of a vehicle involved in a hit and run near the neighborhood. So Sanchez was not in the car when the accident occurred. His father was driving and had fled the scene of a collision that did not involve another person.
So nobody was killed in this hit and run. The dad was driving the car. Somebody ID'd the car. Cops show up. The deaf son is out there with a metal pole, stick?
Yeah.
Something.
Must be something, so you can, what is the stick that you use?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, well, that's what blind people would use.
Right, I'm sorry, that's deaf. I apologize. Right.
Yeah, step away from the glass.
Okay.
But, so he's out there with the stick, and then the cops show up, and they start firing at him?
Yeah, it's a metal walking stick, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so
they're probably yelling at him, telling him to put the stick down or whatever.
He couldn't hear anything.
And he's deaf, so he doesn't comply.
Right.
And they shoot him and kill him?
That's rough. That is rough. And his father was in the hit and run. I mean, you know, it's the right car, but the wrong person that they pursued. Right.
And nobody died, so why should anybody have to die for a vehicular hit and run? Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's
there. He's dead for no reason.
Right. Man was deaf, and the people are shouting. He can't hear, and I guess, you know, in the commotion, they're like they can't hear either. I guess there's so much going on, you know, when your adrenaline and everything. But I mean, why? I hate it that they have to shoot to kill. Shoot him in the leg, the arm, or something.
Yeah, I said that many times before.
Right. Because if you feel threatened by the stick, then okay, I understand that. But
they said he was on the porch.
Yeah, right.
How is he a threat to you with a metal walking stick up on the porch?
Well, unless he was coming towards him. It doesn't say that he was coming towards him.
That's crazy. Anyway, all right, let's hit the last one. Who's got the last story?
Papa wants to talk about Yappy Hour.
Oh, yeah, Yappy Hour.
What's up with
Let's
that?
talk about this thing called Yappy Hour.
Yappy Hour.
Yappy Hour. Wow. This is a big thing going around in D.C. now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go through D.C. and all the rebuilding and the whatever, D.C. is big on dogs, white folks, basically. No disrespect. You know, we as people of color, we love our dogs too, but we don't kiss them in the mouth. Anyway.
I don't think so.
Anyway, in D.C., they've gone so far now of wanting dogs in restaurants, and they call it Yappy Hour. Yappy Hour means that you can bring your dog in a restaurant during the happy hour and sit back and enjoy happy hour. And if you got your dog with you, it's called Yappy Hour. So you sit there with Rover or Prince or King or Queen or whatever you name your dog, and they sit there and they're scratching fleas and they're pissing they're doing territorial pissing and whatever dogs do.
In the restaurant?
They're licking their scrotums.
I don't think they're ready for that. Those restaurants say, sure, bring them in. But
the dog is, you're sitting there enjoying, you're in a nice, you're in a Mexican cuisine restaurant. You're having a beautiful quesadilla and a chicken fajita that's sizzling when the guy brings it out.
Dog goes on, you try to lap it up.
And you look over at Prince in the corner, and Prince is licking his scrotum sack.
I don't think I want that fajita then.
So, as you're about to savor your fajita, Prince is over there licking his scrotum sack like it's nobody's business, and he's scratching fleas, and he's shaking like he just got caught in a rainstorm, and you're saying, damn, damn. In most cases, the black folks are opposing Yappy Hour, where dogs are allowed to come in a restaurant and join their partners while they're having dinner or happy hour. And black folks are losing their mind in D.C. because they're saying, oh, hell no. Okay, I am not sitting next to Rover. I got a dog at home, and that joke is in the backyard. Okay, chasing his own shadow. I don't give a damn what he's doing. I only own him because when somebody comes up to the house, he barks. I got him just to bark. I ain't got him to do nothing else. He barks. He lets me know when I'm sleeping that somebody's in the yard. But anyway.
So they talking about bringing the dogs like inside?
Inside, on the patio area, everywhere, because they've lost their mind. See, the new trend nowadays of dating and getting to know each other is while you're walking down the street and somebody of whatever you're into, opposite sex, same sex, comes up to you that you think is cute or that you like, and they have a dog, and your dog meets their dog, and their dog starts to mingle, and you like them. At the same time you smell somebody's ass, your dog smells another dog's ass. So y'all both sniffing ass at the same time, basically.
Okay.
You're trying to get to know the person you're talking to. You're trying to push up on the person you're talking to, and the dog is down there. He's sniffing ass at the same time. So both master and owner of the dog and the person are both trying to get their swerve on at the same time. Dog trying to get laid, master trying to get laid at the same time. It's crazy. Just go up on 2nd and K, around I Street, I and you know, I
I'm
Street.
trying to visualize this now.
You're
saying that not just on the patio.
It doesn't matter.
Or like if it's one of those sidewalk cafe
They
things.
love their dogs.
They're just like not isolating them to the outdoor.
They love their dogs.
They're bringing them inside?
Inside. And there was incident on TV. There was incident on TV the other day.
I have my food.
There was incident on TV the other day.
Somebody else's dog.
There was incident on TV the other day in Prince George County. Well, I was in Prince George. It was in Prince George County, where a black woman was going off because this white guy had a German Shepherd in a pizza shop. And she was eating with her 3 children right next to a guy that had a German Shepherd. And the dog started barking and carrying on, and he just said, it won't bother you. She stood up and said, oh, hell no. I'm out of here. This is a bunch of crap. I got my kids to try and enjoy a slice of pizza. He's over that nasty-ass dog. So it seems like black folks are mostly opposed to this particular dog situation.
Wow.
And it's not like we don't love our animals. It's just like I said, like white folks, we don't French kiss our dogs, okay? And I think that's the biggest thing. The only difference between the love of our animals and the love the white folks have for their animals is that we don't kiss our dogs in the mouth. You know, we don't suck their tongues or whatever they do. And, you know, so it's in D.C. right now, it's at a boiling point where they want the dogs to have yappy hour. Yappy hour means come to happy hour with your dog, and he will lick his scrotum sack. He will shake fleas. He will scratch fleas. He will shake like a leaf.
I think that people should just go to the dog park where they go, take your cocktail with you, and if you want to have happy hour with the dog, do it at the dog park.
Speaking of a dog park, they recently had a fair. Remember the fair that was in town?
One of the county fairs?
County fair.
Yes.
Montgomery County Fair?
Probably, I think
Montgomery
County did have one.
And they had a little breakout of the pig.
Oh, the swine flu.
The swine flu from the pigs. The pigs were giving out all kinds of stuff, and thousands of these little white kids have the swine flu now because at the fair these pigs these pigs were infected and they didn't know. And I guess once you pet the pig, then you dig in your nose, and you know. So you know, God bless my white friends. That's all I got to say. No disrespect and no racism intended.
Oh boy.
God bless my white friends. You're a very horticultural people. Y'all go in heavy. You go in strong. But understand that these are animals and they carry shit. You cannot think that if as a dog, when I reach down and lick my scrotum sac, that means that my tongue has scrotum sac juice on it. And when I kiss you in your mouth, you will have scrotum sac juice in your mouth. It's just
I think we get it.
Get it?
I
Okay.
think
I'm going to shut up. Okay.
I think so.
I'm going to shut up.
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to unsee that mental picture.
And this is not racial at all. It's just that, some people are more friendly with their animals. And, what are you going to do?
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with What's Poppin'.
Okay.
Robert, you want to talk about Oprah and Karen?
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Okay, we'll be right back.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner and you can join us online, or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party Crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
Okay.
All right, so what's popping tonight, Pop?
What's popping tonight with me? Let's talk about Oprah. Lord have mercy. Oprah.
Oh, boy.
Let's go back a few years when Oprah was going through some stuff with Ayanna Van Zandt.
Go back that far?
Yeah, let's go back.
Oh, you talking about my girl now, Pop?
Yeah, this is Ketel's girl, but we going to rip her a new rectum, honey.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I just feel, and this is no disrespect, she's human like anybody else. I don't care what she's made, what she's done. Hell, we all done shit in our lives, okay? So what Oprah achieved, if she achieved it on a money-making scheme, whatever her mission was, whatever it ended up to be, then so be it. But she has no more rights and privileges than anybody else in this world. And I'm not saying that to bash her or anything. I'm not kissing her ass like I wouldn't kiss an astronaut's ass who orbit the Earth 1,000 times. Okay? Now, I just feel like she has a little bit of insecurity going on. That's just my opinion. And I have right to my opinion under the amendment rights, and I'm just speaking my mind. That's why we're on Blog Talk, so we can talk like that. Anyway, Oprah recently signed on to 60 Minutes, which is as they say, a news magazine that comes on Sundays and what have you. But the thing that bothers me most is that now that she's done her career, her best friend Gayle King, who's my girl, Gayle King keeps it real on CBS this morning with her blackness, with her flavor. You know, she's natural. You know, when she first came on, she was making it up as she went along. You know, she was learning the game. She was new in the business with the media situation, being a reporter and being a person that's finding discoveries and stories. But Gayle King has come around. And Gayle King was always known as Oprah's best friend. That's the only title Oprah ever gave her. That's my best friend. But come to find out, Gayle King is on CBS this morning now with my main man, Charlie Rose. And that fine-ass white girl. What's her name?
Nora.
Damn, Nora. Fine as hell.
Oh,
anyway, you got Nora O'Donnell, right?
I think that's right.
Right. Nora O'Donnell, Charlie Rose, and Gayle King. And they doing their thing. But Oprah, being as insecure as she is, figure like just like she did with when Ayanna Van Zandt was coming along back in the day with Oprah, like remember they had that big problem with her saying you didn't bring me up like you're supposed to. But imagine it's here now. Oprah brought up what's the man's name? Dr. Phil, and Redwine's girl in the morning at 10 o'clock. What's her name? Rachel Ray. Dr. Oz, she brought them right up. She sent them to the hemisphere, to the Himalayas. But when Ayanna Van Zandt wanted her break, she said, oh, we're going to hold off for you. Because every time Ayanna came on an Oprah show on Tuesdays, people loved her. They were like saying, and Oprah sat back and said, oh, no, oh, fuck that. Oh, fuck that. No, oh, fuck that. She got pissed off. So she was insecure with Ayanna. Now, let's go 20 years forward. Now, Gayle King, who was just labeled as the best friend, is got her thing going on with one of the best journalists in the world, Charlie Rose. And Oprah's saying, oh, I want to play in that fucking playground. So she talked to the CBS people, and now she's going on 60 Minutes, which is the same network that her girlfriend, girl is on, you know, that Gayle is on. Now, I thought you was retired. Now you came back? Did you come back through insecurities, or you came back because now everybody loves Gayle? And you see, when people love people, they love people because they're natural, and they're soft, and they're sweet, and they're wonderful, and they're raised well, and they're good nature. But hell, you can't make people love you because you're a fucking billionaire and you're strong-arming motherfuckers. That don't make people love you. You know what I mean? No disrespect. I'm just saying as an example. I'm not talking about her situation. But right now, Gayle King is doing her thing on CBS at 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. And the Oprah's come in on 60 Minutes. You could have went to another network. Why are you going to rain on your best girlfriend's parade? But Gayle's handling like a champion. Yeah, well, Oprah's coming in 60 Minutes. And Gayle's probably saying deep down inside in her underbreath saying, damn, Oprah, I sat back 20 years watching your motherfucking career. Can't you let a sister just do what she doing now? That's just my opinion. I'm going to move on from that. Now, here's another girl I want to speak on, which is the other chick from XM Radio. Her name is, what is her name? Karen Hunter. Now, I'm not trying to beat up on these sisters, but this is what Karen Hunter did today. A sister called up from New Jersey saying that she wanted to get, this morning on the Joe Madison show, there was a guy on there doing a one-man show of a famous Black Panther, and the girl this evening called the Karen Hunter show and said that, well, she was kind of, I guess, nervous talking and said, well, she wanted to get the same guy that was on the Joe Madison show to come to Jersey to do his one-man show in New Jersey. And Karen Hunter, who's on the evening, didn't really understand what the girl was saying. And she was talking to her female co-host, and they were so busy hobnobbing with about a bunch of nothing stuff, they didn't hear the sister from the caller. As we do on a pajama party, when the caller calls, we give them our undivided attention, so we can understand what the caller's saying. But Karen Hunter and her cohort's female friend was out in left field some fucking where when the girl called from Jersey saying that, you know, we want the guy that was on the Joe Madison show to come to New Jersey and bring his little one-man show about the Black Panther guy to Jersey so teenage men could see this guy and what he achieved. And Karen Hunter didn't hear what she said when she called because she was preoccupied with something, and she started talking about the girl. Well, look, I'm not promoting this, promoting that. I don't know what she's talking about. Just saying all this off-the-wall bullshit. I hope Karen will listen back to her show and see how she dissed this girl from New Jersey when you should be paying attention to your callers instead of you and your co-host acting like y'all two Queen of Shebas talking all that shiggity in the middle of somebody talking. When your caller calls, shut the hell up and listen to your caller. She's talking about something important. But y'all sitting back talking all this shit, smelling yourselves like two white sheeps in a black sheep affair, like y'all got it going on. So Karen Hunter, calm down with the bullshit. When your callers call, respect them. The girl from Jersey was only saying she got some young guys that want to see the act and wanted you to talk to Joe Madison to try to get the guy to come in New Jersey. But you didn't even hear what she said. Then you talked about her and cut her off. It was so disrespectful. So listen to your fucking podcast or your whatever you listen to your show. Listen to your recording on how you dissed this girl and your little co-host you working with. Both of y'all need to grow up because y'all were both talking like adolescent-ass girls. And that's my story on that. I'm going to leave it at that. No disrespect to Oprah. No disrespect to Karen. I like you, Oprah. I like you, Karen. But Oprah making the move to 60 Minutes, you know what I mean? Really? And Karen, the way you didn't listen to your caller today, really? It's just a day in a life, a day in time. That's my opinion on it. Whatever. Only she's cool. I mean, she got a good show. But today she wasn't paying attention. Her and her co-host were just talking a bunch of crap. They need to calm down. Lord, they gave me a headache. I was taking Excedrins and fucking Advils and all kind of shit after that show.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah.
Well, we have a caller, so I'm going to get this caller on before we slide into the weird news.
Okay.
See what everybody else has to say tonight. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party show. Welcome aboard. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just had to call and correct Poppa DD about a couple of things that he just said about Oprah.
Yeah, all right.
Number one, Oprah has been in journalism for over 35 years. This is not new.
Okay.
She and Gail started together back in the day. Number one. Number two, Iyanla Vanzant shot herself in the foot because she wanted her own hour. Let me finish. She wanted her own hour a year before Oprah said she felt she was ready, and she jumped ship and went with, I believe it was Sally Jesse Raphael's people.
No, she went with
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters.
Right. No, but I'm saying it was.
But go ahead, you can finish.
Let me finish. No, she took some of. They took some of Sally Jesse Raphael's daytime show people, thinking that they had made Sally a success. They put them with Iyanla. They thought she would be a success, and she tanked. That's on her. Dr. Phil and Rachel Ray, who I cannot stand, did in fact spend more time on Oprah's show in terms of the number of years they were seen, even that the young guy, Nate, spent more time coming in as special guest on Oprah's show than Ayanna did.
Thank you, caller. But you're not going to leave Nate out because Nate got his groove on. He's got a show too now.
Okay, yes, but my point is, Ayanna wanted it faster. She thought she had earned it, and maybe to some degree she had, but if nothing else, just like Ricky Lake learned, just like all those other daytime talk show hosts learned, just because they hook you up with people who've been in the business for a long time doesn't mean your show is going to be a success or stay on as long as some others. So when Ayanna came back to Oprah, right before Oprah ended her show, they discussed it on air, and Ayanna admitted that she felt she was being held back, but she didn't realize she was just saying, you're not ready yet. So but don't bash Oprah.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Make your point. Finish it.
Don't bash Oprah completely, because her point was it's easy to come in even once a week and do this, but to be entertaining for 5 days a week for most of the year is hard, and that's why Ayanna's show tanked. Because people, it was really cool for a while, and then people were like, okay, she's doing the same stuff every day. With no real results. These people's lives weren't being miraculously changed in 50 minutes. It didn't happen. So all I'm saying is before you jump down Oprah's throat, at least look at the context. And the one thing that Barbara Walters and those people from Sarah Jesse Raphael's show did not do, they didn't do the follow-up Dr. Phil does, where they actually try to get you some help. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Dr. Phil is full of crap. But his show will at least follow up with people and do what they say they're going to do. It's not just about good TV. Barbara Walters knows good TV. She don't know the follow-up. That's why Ayanna's show went exactly where it went. And you see now she's back on OWN, doing her thing, even though I don't see why people still believe she can solve their problems in a week or two. But
so what do you have against Ayanna? What do you have against Ayanna?
You know what? I actually saw her live once. It's not that I have something against her. It's that I feel like she's selling I can fix it quickly. These people took years to get in the situations they were in.
Right, but it sounds to me, caller, like you have a bias toward Ayanna, and Ayanna could give you, she could give you a gold-plated robe, and you would say, I don't like it. I disagree.
I think that her books are very helpful. I think that her books are insightful. I don't think her TV show translates to the kind of help that people actually need. You can't, just because you wake somebody up on TV, unless you follow up with that, they go right back to who they were before they were on your show. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to get back to our show, so I'm not going to take a lot of time. But let's just say this here. Now, let's just go back to what we're saying. If you look at our show as a whole and our support and our grievance toward betterment of people. Now, let's go through some race relations. What is the race relation of Dr. Oz? What is his nationality or race or what have you?
He is a white man.
Okay. Well, Dr. Phil, what is his race relation or
he is a white man.
Okay, Nate, what does he project? Nate, what is Nate?
Same thing. But see, you're missing. But you're missing the point. Poppa DD, you're missing the point.
Caller, I'm giving you a little quiz. I'm giving you a little test. Can you please follow the prompts of the prompt? Come on. All right, I'm not done yet, caller. Okay, let's go. Rachel Ray. What is Rachel Ray's origin or color or facet or what have you?
I'm sure she's also 100% white.
Okay, well, so I'm counting 4 whites. Now you're telling me with Oprah bringing 4 whites to be complete damn great millionaires at this point, Dr. Oz is doing well, Nate's doing well, Dr. Phil's doing good, and also Rachel Ray is doing well. You tell me you can't bring one Negroid in the mix and give them a couple dollars. I mean, really, caller? Are you telling me, oh, she's so not ready that we're going to just like, I done ran out of Pampers, so you're going to go bare ass because I have no more Pampers to put on Ayana? Call her, please. I know, no disrespect to you, but I'm saying that if you're going to levy 5 white folks and make them millionaires, and here's another thing. Dr. Philden brought his sons in, and they brought in that show, The Doctors. You ever heard of The Doctors? The Doctors is owned by Dr. Phil's sons. They took this shit to another level. Okay?
Agreed.
And they ain't even fucking with Oprah. Okay? Agreed. So they went to another level, honey. They dumping their trash, not even using glass bags. They got their own plastic bags.
You're still missing the point. Had she waited that 1 year, that could have been Ayala too.
All I'm saying,
that's
but we gotta stop. You know what, caller?
Okay, well, let us agree.
Caller, let me just say this here. Caller, let me say this here.
Okay.
Caller, we have to do this here, okay? If we can break off 4 white people and make them rich, then damn it, we can give one black person a couple dollars. Okay? It's just that simple. I'm not trying to get into the whole tangent of the whole situation, but Ayana came in with a strong concept, and Oprah was jealous of her because, see, there's only 2 free people in the world, a black woman and a white man. And when Oprah saw another black woman, she took a level of what they call professional jealousy toward her. Okay? Because even though Oprah was thick, Ayana had a nicer booty, straight up.
What? Well, move it on.
Okay,
we're going to lighten it up. Thank you, caller, for calling in.
And thank you for your patience. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You have a good night.
Anyway.
All right, good night.
Yeah, let's keep moving. Good. Let's keep moving. All right.
We're going to keep it even lighter.
Yeah, let's keep
y'all going to like
the battle of the big booty. Okay.
The police seek a man.
Oh, this is weird news?
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay over there, Redwine?
I'm good. I just lost my place.
We'll keep rolling.
Yes, I did. Go for it.
The police seeks a mad pooper. This will make you laugh.
Oh, my goodness.
A woman jogger who's defecating shamelessly on people's front lawn.
Oh, my gosh.
Colorado Springs. I'm not going there. Cops are hunting a woman dubbed the Mad Pooper, who's been caught defecating in front of houses for weeks. Her name is Kathy Budd.
They know who she is?
Yep, we're going to put her on the kisser list. Kathy Budd, put her on the kisser list, Papa.
Kathy Budd.
Budde. Told KKTV the unidentified. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Kathy Budd is telling the story. Wait a minute. Okay. She told the unidentified woman has been revealing herself in front of Budd's Colorado Springs home for at least 7 weeks. Her children even caught the Mad Pooper squatting with her pants down in front of the house.
Oh, my gosh.
So they are like, there's a lady taking a poop. So come outside, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you really taking a poop right in front of my kids? She's like, yeah, sorry.
Mad Pooper?
She said, yeah. She's like, yeah, sorry. So Bud said the incident happens at least once a week. She recalled catching the jogger doing her business at last week. She said the woman changed up her time a little bit because she knew the family was watching.
Wow.
So the Colorado Springs Police Department is now searching for the mysterious woman after the family's complaint. So they say it's abnormal. It's something I've never seen in my career. I mean,
that is very strange.
I mean, because she got to pull her pants down and defecate.
So she goes jogging and then comes by this lady's house.
Whatever she's eating or smoking, she need to stop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This lady is tripping.
Well, I have one about an owner taken for a ride during a test drive. This is out of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. Police in Pennsylvania say a man hoping to sell his car was taken for a ride when a prospective buyer drove away without him and never came back. Dude just took his car. Police in Carroll Township in York County say the bizarre theft occurred this past Tuesday night. Investigators say the car's owner advertised it online and met a man interested in buying his red 1995 Acura Integra with a charcoal gray hood. So the owner drove the prospective buyer around for a little while and then stopped and got out of the car to let the prospective buyer get in the driver's seat. But police say that then the buyer drove away before the owner could get back in the car.
Oh, my God.
So when he went to the seat, dude got in the driver's seat and just took off. The car was last seen in Dillsburg on Route 15, possibly headed towards Philadelphia.
Oh, my God.
So if you see a red 95 Acura Integra with a charcoal gray hood somewhere up around Philly, that might be it.
I got a man steals a green chili burger after slapping victim.
Oh, no.
This is in Santa Fe,
New Mexico?
New Mexico, yeah. The Associated Press reported that a New Mexican man is facing charges after police say he randomly slapped a customer and then stole the man's green chili cheeseburger before dashing away. Santa Fe police arrested 25-year-old Anthony Frazier on Sunday near the Shake Foundation, where authorities say that the bizarre attack occurred. According to a criminal complaint, the victim says that Frazier walked up to him to dance and then slapped him across the face. The victim said Frazier then stole his green chili cheeseburger and ran from the scene. Witness said Frazier also had a belt around his neck.
What?
Police later caught up with Frazier and arrested him for robbery after the victim identified him as the alleged burger thief. Interesting. I don't know. That was just crazy.
That's weird. Yeah, that is truly
That's
weird.
why it's the weird news. That's all I can tell you.
You guys got any more weird news? Hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue.
Oh, my.
This has been an interesting night.
It certainly has.
So we're going to take a little CC?
No, I'm going to keep it going.
Keep it going.
I'm going to get it in while I can. Get in while I can fit in.
Come on, Redwine.
All right. Because I'm just saying tonight, don't slant the narrative.
Okay.
There's an ongoing trend in the media to cover crimes against people of color differently than the way they cover things about white people. I'm not saying it's always done, but it's done enough to get the attention of those of us who stay woke to this foolishness of slanting the narrative.
Right.
For example, now let's look back. When Michael Brown was shot and killed by police in Ferguson, it was originally reported that he was a black unarmed teen. But then later, the headline started digging into his past and painting him as some kind of thug with a history of drug involvement. Now, this young man was unarmed and shot, killed by police. Why now the headline's coming back talking about, oh, he was this, he was that, he had drugs, this and that? It's like, come on, y'all. The young man is killed. But anyway, moving on. Same thing happened when Trayvon Martin was shot and killed by, Zimmerman. First, we got the facts. Then the headline started flipping around to slant the narrative and made him out to be some kind of neighborhood thug. So I'm just saying, if you're going to cover the story, don't slant the narrative. But here's the rub. When stories about white people who actually murdered people are covered, we see headlines like the one about Amy Bishop, who murdered 3 of her colleagues. One headline read, "Suspect brilliant, but social misfit." Really? We're talking about a white woman that murdered 3 people. But the headline said she was brilliant and a social misfit. Now, that's one headline that ran about her. The same newspaper, and this was in Alabama, ran a headline about a 25-year-old black victim who was murdered by someone, and it said Montgomery's latest homicide victim had a history of narcotic abuse, tangles with the law. Really? The police shot and killed this brother, but instead of saying homicide victim or shot whatever, you got to go back into, oh, well, he had narcotic abuse and all this stuff. All I'm saying is if you're going to report this stuff, don't slant the narrative. So, in the case of Eric Bellucci from Staten Island, here's another case. He was deemed mentally unstable, killed both of his parents. But here's what the headline read. Son of Staten Island murder, brilliant, athletic, but his demons were the death of his parents. So you see the difference? You see what I'm saying? Now, NBC ran a headline that said Trayvon Martin had been suspended from school 3 times. What has that got to do with George Zimmerman killing him? Whether he got suspended every day of the week had nothing to do with being murdered by a wannabe cop. So in contrast, when 15-year-old Michael Pageant killed a classmate, his teacher, and himself in Oregon, that headline said, Oregon school shooting suspect fascinated with guns but was devoted Mormon. Really? How slanted was that narrative? I'm just saying. Now, when 19-year-old black teen shot and killed in Lakeland, Florida, that headline read, slain Lakeland teen had been shot before. Death possible drug-related. You know, it's like if you're going to repeat that somebody was killed, then just say that.
Right.
But they always seem to slant it and try to make it look like, oh, that's just basically another bad one gone, is basically what I see. Now, we're talking about comparing black victims to white murders or murder suspects, but somehow they cover it as if it was like when white people do this crazy stuff, it was just a mistake. You know, they act like they're so surprised and shocked that, you know, these people that were athletic and so brilliant and all this stuff, that they could do these things. And I'm like, really? They're people. There's a lot of sick folk out here. I think mental issues don't have a color. That's the thing we need to understand. Mental instability does not care what color you are. So like I said, this stuff is just crazy, and I'm tired of them slanting these narratives this way. There was another one out of Santa Barbara. Headline read, and this was about a white murderer. It said, suspect was soft-spoken and a polite gentleman. This guy killed people. But they said he was a soft-spoken, polite gentleman. Now, was that before or after the murder? That's what I'm trying to understand. And when a deputy killed a black Marine, mind you, the headline said, deputy killed Marine out of fear for children's safety. They didn't say anything about the Marine service, anything positive about what he had done. All they could focus on is, well, it was about trying to, you know, protect the children. From what? I mean, we don't even know. I mean, like I said, I'm looking at just comparing the headlines. So all I'm saying is that when you see stuff like straight-A student plots to bomb high school, or you see one that says shooting victim had multiple run-ins with the law, guess which one was black and which one was white?
Oh, sure.
Straight-A student, or this one had continual run-ins with the law? You know, this is the kind of stuff that they keep doing. And it gets to the point now when you see these headlines, you automatically know pretty much with about, 95% accuracy, you know who's who because of the way they slant the narrative. So I'm just saying the media needs to stop doing that stuff. You know, people want to just know the truth. Just put the facts out there. Stop adding your own 2 cents, slanting it to a different direction. Don't make everybody out because they're non-white to sound like they had all this other background motivation, background history, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just report what happened. If a black teen was killed on Saturday night, just say that.
Right.
I don't want to hear about could have been heroin involved and all. Could have been. Shut up. Right. I'm just saying.
That was a good story, Redwine. That was really good.
That's all I got on that.
Back on that, it's unfortunate that, and I'm so glad that I didn't become a journalist because that was one of the things that I wanted to do. But being a journalist, it's like you have to grab people's interest, and that's what they do when they put those headlines out there. It's sad because they have somebody else on top of them. Look, I want some headlines. I want some real stories.
Sell papers.
Right. There you go. Sell papers or whatever, internet now or whatever.
But they're always soft on their own kind, though.
Yeah, but see, they don't see that bias, what you just said.
Yeah, they don't.
No, they see it. They just don't want to put it out there. Because one thing, I want to say this here, just 1 second. When the guy shot in a school the other day, they this is what got me. They said he killed one person and yada yada. They got him. The janitor tackled him or what have you. And we can't show his picture because he's a minor. Are you fucking kidding me? Once you go in that school and you pull that trigger, you lose that minor privilege, okay? As far as I'm concerned. You can't be treated like some kind of minor anymore. You kill people in that school. So at this point, you're a straight criminal. You're being charged as an adult. Show their damn picture. So what? He's 14 years old. Hell, he pulled the trigger. So therefore, what you gonna do? Protect his minor image? He lost that privilege when he pulled the trigger, as far as I'm concerned.
No, that's a good point.
But anyway, we'll move on.
We got a call?
Yeah. Okay. We pick up this caller, and then we're going to have to keep it moving. Let's see. Let me get that. All right, caller, go right ahead with your comment.
Yes, this is, to me, is like weird news, then to me it's stupid. This happened in California a couple of days ago. Okay, a 30-something-year-old went into a Starbucks with a knife and a toy gun. He's going to rob the Starbucks. A good Samaritan picks up a chair and slap him in the back with it. Okay, the chair breaks. They tussle him with the knife. The good Samaritan gets his fingers cut, but he takes the knife away from the robber and stabs him like 12 times. Then the robber's family want to sue the good Samaritan for stabbing their son so many times.
I did see that.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's going to be an interesting case, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on what state and everything it's in, it could go either way.
It was in California.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that turns out.
Yeah, Ketel, have you done the Hollywood wrap-up yet?
Not yet. It's coming up.
It's coming up right now.
Okay, when you come up, please tell me about your boy Kevin Hart, okay? All right, tell me about him, okay?
Oh,
okay.
Boy. All right.
Right.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's a mess.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Kevin Hart was a hot mess this week.
Yeah, let's just move right on. The one thing I want to say on Living for the City on our next segment, I'm going to keep it real, very, very, very short. What I didn't appreciate this morning is that today was a year celebration of the African American and Culture Museum in Washington, D.C. Now, the one thing I didn't like, no disrespect to anything or anybody, I didn't like the fact that when I saw on the news earlier this morning, they had Africans out there dancing in front of the museum, okay? Now, this is an African American museum talking about African American situation, what we went through as people, what we went through as troubles, what we went through as oppression and depression of things in our lives. And you got an African out there, West Africans out there dancing in dashikis and colored outfits. Now, these are the same people, when you approach them in regular circumstances or in office buildings, they're saying, oh, I am not black. I am not black. I am African. I am not black. And I've heard them say that. They want to be so relative to white folks that they will say, I am not black. Don't treat me like a black American. I am an African. I am not black. I am not black. And to me, they said, well, damn, okay, you first of all, you're darker than my ass, okay? But now you're trying to downplay things, so you know how the black man is treated, so you want to be called an African and not a. So why can't you have people in front of the African American Museum on the year anniversary of a globetrotter nature, shooting basketball or doing some athletic stuff, or some people have some track stars out there doing some type of athletic moves, or gymnastic people, African Americans doing something, but to have Africans out there dancing? How disrespectful is that of an African American, which means black folk? African American was a cultured name that was tagged on our ass. Call me black before you call me African American. That African American name is fucking cream puff, as far as I'm concerned. Call me black, please. But you got Africans out there doing some Mubasa shit, dancing to some old, I mean, please, really? This is supposed to be dedicated to black folks, the Kennedy days, the Martin Luther King days, all the stuff they had to do with us, Muhammad Ali, all kinds of stuff they had to do with us as black people. And you got the wrong jokers out there in the front of the building celebrating it. Come on, man. Anyway, really? Anyway.
Interesting
that's
point
all
of
I
view.
got to say on that.
Okay.
I mean, is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it's very bad, because you should have some choir singers. Show black people out there doing something.
So you saying have some black Americans?
Black Americans doing something. These African jokers, half of them out there probably weren't even legally allowed in the country. You keep jumping on Spanish people. Hell, there's a lot of people in here illegal. But they out there like, oh, yeah, we're going to be performing. Oh, we doing a Mubasa dance. Yeah, well, you got your own thing over there. Somebody pull you over, you ain't black. I am not black. I am not black. Don't call me black. I am African. Okay, well then be the fuck African then. Okay, but anyway, that's just my view on that.
Okay.
We're going to leave it alone.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's been hot tonight.
Yeah, go on.
To our caller earlier, I will get into the incident with Kevin Hart. We're going to remember this person's name, Matia Sabag. It's an interesting name, Sabbag. The woman who allegedly appeared alongside Kevin Hart is secretly taped provocative photos and videos. Spoke out about the incident in a press conference on Wednesday, explaining that while she and Hart did have an intimate relationship, she did not demand any money from him. So she said she was involved with him a month ago. And since then, my pictures and my name have been released with lies written about me. I'm not an extortionist. I'm not a stripper. I'm a recording artist and an actress, and I had not broken any laws. But she hired Lisa Bloom, lawyer. She's a lawyer now, regarding the alleged attack on her client's character after accusations that she tried to extort money from him. So she added, I had nothing to do with these recordings. I hired Lisa Bloom solely to protect my legal rights. I am truly sorry for any involvement I had with this incident. So this thing that Kevin Hart posted, on Instagram or whatever, I guess he was trying to put that out there before these pictures came out and before, her story came out per se.
Yeah. He posted some kind of an apology, right?
Right. So he apologized to his family and his kids. I mean, come on, Kevin. You got it all. What more do you want?
You just got married.
Yeah, you got it all, and she's pregnant. So come on, really? But that's what happened with his first wife. That's why he divorced his first wife, because that situation.
Okay.
Talking about Kevin Hart, he's in a new movie with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He's in the remake of Jumanji, and it's kind of basically the same story. About like a Ouija board or something. It's a board game, and what happens is, and it's funny too, because Jack Black, he's in it, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, they go into the movie. They go into the game board, and they're different people. Jack Black he's a female on the outside, but as he go into the game board, he's Jack Black.
Okay.
He's a big white guy. But he has this squeaky voice like a woman. I mean, I think it's going to be hilarious.
Okay.
So it comes out this Christmas. So just look for that. DMX is back in the news. Murray Richmond, he must be his spokesman. And he said he's in DMX, the rapper, he's in rehab. He said he's gained about 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So he wants him to continue his rehab for at least another 30 more days. He's in London doing his rehab. I guess to get away from everything and everybody. And he's going to deal with his tax situation once he gets out. So I guess he used this as, which he needed treatment. I think he needed some treatment. He needed to get away from everything and everybody. And after that, he's going to deal with his tax issues after he gets out of rehab.
Okay.
Guess who's back? We got Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're going to do the next chapter of...
Don't say it.
The Terminator.
Oh, my gosh.
2019. It sounds like it's a big deal. They're going to do 6 pictures. Yep. 6 installments.
Are you serious?
6 installments. Yep. Since Wonder Woman did so well in the box office, I guess James Cameron, he said he's going to come back with this Terminator. But he's also looking for an 18-year-old, I guess, to continue the franchise. Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're going to be in it, but they're going to pass the baton to the next person, because it's the next generation that hasn't seen the Terminator.
Okay.
Also, one last note, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. The Exorcist. They say in this movie, the one that Who's the crazy man that wrote It?
Stephen King?
Stephen King. Mm-hmm. They say It is going to surpass The Exorcist. So The Exorcist was released in 1973. They grossed $193 million. They said that It is going to surpass it. They're at $228 million already. I'm like,
and this is the one with the crazy clown leaving the red balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm like, really? This is going to surpass The Exorcist? The Exorcist was the highest grossing horror movie, but the It has surpassed it. So that's interesting. And one last note. The winner of America's Got Talent was a 12-year-old ventriloquist, Darcy Lynn Farmer.
Oh.
So she won the...
Good.
Yes, she was. Won the America's Got Talent.
All right, then.
Right. That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right. Well, thank you, Ketel.
I guess I got the cocktail of the week, too, huh? Called the Inside Job.
We only have a few minutes, so I tell you what. Let's just say it's the Inside Job. We're going to post it to the website. You can go to apajamaparty.com, click on Cocktail of the Week, and you can find out all about the Inside Job.
All right, now.
Let's get to the Kiss It list.
Kiss list. Floyd Mayweather for saying that real black men speak like what Donald Trump said about grabbing women by the crotch.
Really?
Okay, Floyd Mayweather, he done sold out.
Is he punch drunk?
Yeah, Naval Hospital worker in Jacksonville, Florida, for posting a video of them making black babies appearing to dance to rap music and calling them mini Satans.
Huh?
They were fired.
They got fired for that.
Thank you.
Anyway, Trump was saying that his friends go to Africa to get rich because of the resources there. And also Trump again for making up a nation Africa during his UN speech that he kept calling Numbaya, what actually is called Numbaya.
Namibia.
Namibia. Okay.
He kept saying Nambia or something, and it's actually Namibia.
Okay. Representative Jab Hemister, chairman of the House Finance Service Committee, for saying God is telling people to move regardless of repeating floods and national flood insurance program.
Yeah, he's saying that people that are in these areas that flood all the time, and then the U.S. has to pay money to bail them out and help them redo their home. He's saying that maybe God is telling you people to move.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, my God. Are you
maybe God should tell him to stop messing with them prostitutes he probably running.
Okay.
Anyway, the governor of Michigan, Rich Snyder, for the whole Flint situation, Carrie Roberts, they teach her 5th grade. It was guiding them kids in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that Klan assignment.
Tom Prince for his, heal the human, he had the human services.
Oh, HSS. She's the one using private planes.
Private planes. Karen Hunter for doing her thing today. And Oprah and everybody else I bash.
I got Betsy DeVos and Miss McMahon for using the taxpayers' money to travel.
Betsy DeVos don't know what she's doing.
And I've got the Mad Pooper.
Okay.
Going around pooping on people's driveways.
And that thing called the Yappy Hour. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that Yappy Hour stuff.
Keep your dog out the restaurant.
Well, we have something for everybody who made the notorious Kiss It list today. And here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass! You better kiss my Irish ass! This world, kiss my ass! Kiss my ass! You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
My final word is all the terror going on in the world today, between the hurricanes and the earthquakes and things like that. God bless everybody. Hope you all can get back on your feet and get back in perspective.
And to the mainstream media, I'm just saying, stop slanting the narrative. Report everything about everybody the same way.
Right. And my last word is, thanks for all the old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. Appreciate you listening. And the folks that called in tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, we're out until next week.
Grandma,
same time. Shout out to Grandma.
Yeah.
We miss you.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Grandma.
All right, meet us here next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, we're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko, Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew.